So welcome back, guys. I'm sorry it's been so long since we posted anything. There's been a lot going on. I'm very behind with the editing, so I'm trying to catch up now just before Christmas. And we jumped right back in to earlier in the year for Ipswich European weekend and the preparation for that. So here's the video and enjoy. Evening, guys. So welcome back. We are currently in preparation mode for, let me think about it, the European Championship at Ipswich, which is this coming, not this Saturday, it's next Saturday. So the V8s have been to Ipswich before many years ago, but not since I've raced them, and not since a long time before, I don't think. So it's going to be a interesting weekend, or an interesting day. I don't think there's any practice on the day. I haven't raced there before, so it's going to be interesting to see what the track's like and what gearing we need to run. We're sort of just having to make a bit of a guess and stab in the dark at it. So at the minute, got a few jobs on the go. Tony has skimmed all the discs up for me. They're all nice and fresh, so that's one big job we got done. I think we're going to replace this front bumper because she's looking a bit secondhand. So I'll probably get on with that tonight. Might take this thing off and change the air filter. Not sure when the oil was last changed. Got a few little jobs to do. So hopefully not too much. Just got the gearbox is out of this car. I don't know whether we've seen it being taken out the other week or not on a video. So, but we had to take that out because the lug fell off it again that we repaired the other year. That's now going to have to get repaired again. It's just going to be probably an ongoing thing with the fact that the gearbox was broke. But is what it is. You know, got a few jobs to do. Not too bad. But yeah, let's get on with it and get some work done. So away we go, we're cutting the front bumper off. We have to be a little bit careful with this. Where the bumper's bent and everything, it tends to try and grab disc as you cut through it, and pinch. So what we do is just cut it off in sections, try and slice it and relieve the pressure on the steel, and then we can break it out in sections without worrying of it grabbing the disc. This front bumper stay doesn't look very damaged, which it isn't really, but it had got a slight curve in it. So obviously it started to bend, hadn't collapsed or anything, but it needed replacing just to make sure that if we got any bother at Ipswich, it wasn't going to collapse on us. That will come off in a minute. So plenty more cutting and grinding. There we go. And cleaning up as I cut the front cross member out in between the chassis, because this always gets squashed. It's a bit of a sacrificial piece to save everything behind it. So we cleaned all that up, got everything happy and ready to put the new bumper on. And here it is, all cleaned up and ready for a new cross member and some new bumper plates. As I'm here measuring the chassis between, it has pulled it in a little bit where the bars squashed before, so I just have to trim the edges, make everything fit once again, and just get all the rust off it, because obviously the car's not painted and that'll look horrendous if I put a rusty bit of steel in. A few final adjustments and we can get it tacked in place. Once we're happy with that, we can get on with welding it. So run a welder around the outside of this, and then we can get on with putting the bumper on. Here we're just welding the front bumper plate back on. Changed the way we do these. I used to weld into the bumper. We changed mine. We now weld into the chassis. So then we can put the bumper straight on. So we get this leveled up to the chassis with a jack, clamp it to the bumper, make sure we're happy and we've got enough bumper either end. Then we can tack it on either side. Normally tack it on one end and then level it up to the chassis with a square. And once we've done that, we can tack the other end and away we go. We can get it welded on. Then we pull out the old bumper fender. People who watched a few videos before of us rebuild the cars last year will have seen this before. Basically get the blocking tackled, take it back to the nerf rail, and then we can warm the bumper up and bend it round to meet the bumper stay that's still attached on this side. So we heat this up on the other side now. Obviously we haven't got any bumper stays this side to pull it back to, so we normally just pull it back the width of the bumper steel or a little bit more, and so we've got a good angle for the stay here, so my dad will just get a bit of steel and line it up to make sure we've gone far enough to get it in line with the stay post on the chassis. Right then team, we've had a pretty good night on the car. We've got the front bumper pretty much on, so got a few. Well, my dad's made the outside front stay. That's got to go in here, stay in here, and then do all the overrider hoops and that, or fender resters on the top. So yeah, that's coming along quite nicely. So hopefully we'll get that done sort of Monday, Tuesday next week. I think I need to clean the air filter. I'm not sure when the oil's changed, so I might change that as well. So yeah, we've got a few jobs to do, but we're getting there. So back the next week, we're now fitting the front bumper stay. This is mounted between two plates basically, so that we can cut it out easily at the track and replace it quickly. And then the other bumper stay that goes into the middle of the bumper just to support the middle, because there's a long span between them two posts. My dad then cut the upright to the outside, so that sits over the top the way we cut it and angle it at the end. We then cut and put on the bumper overriders, or fence arresters, whatever you want to call them, cow catchers some people call them, and we just warm these up and bend them in a couple of places until they meet the post. Right then team, it's Monday, getting on for about 8:45 and the car's looking good. We've made some alterations. I've got a sneaky bit, I'm quite looking forward to it now because I feel like we've made a change and I feel like it's going to be a little bit of confidence in it. So I'm hoping that it pays off. So yeah, we're done now anyway. I'm off home. Front bumper is all ready to go. So probably won't look that brand new after the weekend, but it's there. So yeah, we're going to leave it here. Scale in. I've just cleaned the air filter. We need to scale it and set everything up and nut and bolt it and put the gearbox in on Wednesday. So see how we get on with that. Right guys, it's here. It's about 10 to 9 on Wednesday night, I think. I've been here since about 6. Got the gearbox back in. That's all buttoned up. So thanks to my dad for rebuilding that and getting AT Services for welding the lug back on for us. We've rebuilt the front springs and greased them up, and they're all back on. So all the front brakes are back on thanks to Tony skimming the discs and doing all the work on them for us. I've done the air filter, checked the carbs, they're clean enough. I've changed the engine oil as well. I've had another 6 litres of Squire's 2050 engine oil topped up in her. So everything's happy there. Got oil pressure back, so that's good. So basically, I'm going to clean the oil tray, the filter up, tidy all this stuff up, get the scales in, and we're going to drop it on the scales and make sure it's where we want it for Ipswich. Not that we know where we want it for Ipswich, but we've got a starting point. So join me with that, I suppose. Right, I know we sort of talked about this in the last video, so I tend to just go through the car, do right down the way. The front's higher. Let's get it back up a bit. So this just clarifies now, going back and forth, front to back, going around the car, just trying to get the balance of the measurements right, which can be a bit tricky. I think this spring hanger was miles out, and we had to modify it in the end. I spent ages there going around in circles on the car, trying to work out what was going wrong, because the weights just didn't add up, the adjustments to the cross didn't add up, everything seemed all over the place, which you'll see shortly why, after I give myself a headache for about 45 minutes. That 5mm, which is brilliant. That's miles out from where I want to be. 2 turns. That's for returns. Dum, ba-dum, dum, dum, dum. So then we just run around and check all the bumper heights to make sure they're within spec, because we've been just in the ride heights up and down to make sure they're all where they should be. With that much weight difference, I mean, look, it's got, I think it's like I've got those the wrong way around on the front. Here's me questioning everything that I'm doing here and working it out, thinking that I've got 300 kilos on that outside front wheel. And I put the right front scale pad on the left front and the left front on the right front. What a div. Oh well, at least we found that. So now we found that problem, let's get it back on the scales and sort it out. Oh, I missed from that video. This shock has bottomed out and is holding the car down. So we need to do something with that as well. Whether we just we'll extend this pole somehow, but I ain't got there yet. Right then, guys, that is everything stacked over there, ready to go in the truck. The car is ready, set up, ready to go. So all we've got to do is load it all up, hopefully now. There is a couple of jobs we've got to do before the weekend, but nothing too major. So just turned 11 o'clock on. So I've got everything done. All the tyres are done. They're all staggered and ready to go. All the car is done and ready to go. I need to tidy up a little bit around this side, but yeah, we're pretty much there, which is good. Exhausted. So I've got an hour drive home, so I'm going to get off there and then we will resume when we get this loaded in the truck. So I'll see you then. Well, and if I don't record that night, if I don't record when I see you in the truck, thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, really helps out. We're getting off quite well towards 1,000 subscribers, and that'd be really cool to get to by the end of the year. And yeah, thanks for watching again. I'll see you at Ipswich. And just a quick shout out that we've got a few of the Tressler Designs t-shirts left in stock, very limited stock. If you want one, head over to the Facebook page and Team 288 Facebook page and give us a message and we can sort you one out. £20 each. I said there's only a limited stock left and we won't be doing these ones again, obviously. So thanks very much and I'll see you next time.